We're going to try and get this angle, guys, because we're going to do turtle feeding time for our morning meeting. So I'm going to get some of our friends out. I don't know how this will go, so we're going to see. Maybe I'll end up holding it. There you go, Ginger. Of course you're going to take off, aren't you? And here we go, Clifford. I know. Here we go, Lily. Good morning. Go, Lil. Let's see if I can get these guys in. There we go. Good morning, folks. We're tuning in for our morning meeting with ambassadors, and this morning we have these beautiful turtle friends. So all of our box turtles are here for breakfast. Oh, and a little good girl, Lily. There you go. Lily's gonna get right in there. She's a good eater. And then Ginger will wonder what's going on. Yeah. There you guys go. Oh, sorry, I had to move my hand. Actually, let me flip this around because I'm wondering if it's just going to be easier. Good morning, Xander. It's so lovely to have you joining us again. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. That's much better. Breakfast is served, Miss Marilyn. Welcome, everyone, to our morning meeting. I thought I was going to do it the other way, but I think we'll do it this way better. So these are our box turtle ambassadors. Over here we have a Big Mama, and this is Ginger. Ginger is actually snacking on some fish. This is Lily right here, this lovely lady. And then Clifford is the one that's eyeing us over there. Clifford may actually wander off and take a walk. Clifford does what Clifford wants. So that's what he's doing. Oh, Ginger's going for the fish, I think. It's amazing how much they like protein. And these guys actually will scavenge, which is really kind of cool. So they've been seen on all kinds of, carcasses and eating fish and worms and bugs and insects and things like that. Janet, I know, it looks better than my breakfast too. We got a little spoiled for him today. We got dandelion greens and violets and dandelions. There's some fish in there. Cliffy, you're not hungry? Oh my goodness, what you doing? He says, I don't know. Yep, and all of these are box turtles. They are different species of box turtle. So Ginger here is an ornate box turtle. Clifford over here, this handsome fellow. Cliffy, can I get a close-up of you? Who's handsome? Cliffy is. Clifford is actually a three-toed box turtle, and he has 3 toes on his back feet, which is pretty spectacular. Cliffy, look at you. So handsome. Hello, Chuck in Rhode Island. We hope you're doing well down there. Actually, you guys have quite a few of these box turtles down your way. We're at the northernmost range for them up here. Good morning, Zoe. And so we don't have them up here very often. If we do have them, it is really, really a treat. Hi, Kim. Welcome back again. Just for the gruesome aspect, here's Gingy. Gingy is eating she found the fish head. She said, this is delicious. I'm going to eat it all. So these guys, like I said, they are all ambassadors. They have been with us for a very long time. We usually consider them our founding members. Where you going, Cliff? You got stuff to do? What are you doing? Hi, Janet and Beth. Did you want to come say hello? Okay. What's going on? What are you doing? So much to see. It's funny. They all have very different personalities. So Big Mama usually just sits here as she is. Let me peek over to her. And just sort of hangs out. They just sort of relax, and occasionally she'll eat if she wants. If there were blueberries in there, then that would be Big Mama's favorite. Get over here, Clifford. You can't go for a walk just yet. We'll let you go in a little bit. Ginger's favorite food, she likes her proteins. Clifford, walking through the food. So rude. Let me move you, please. No, thank you. Other people are eating right now. There you go. Clifford's being dominant. So what he does is he walks in the middle of it so nobody else can eat it. That's not polite manners, Clifford. If you want to walk away, you can. There you go. Everyone else will focus. It's fine. And then, let's see. So you can see Big Mama likes her protein. So she's eating a little bit of fish right now. And Lily is also eating a little bit of fish, as well as I put a little bit of krill in there just for fun. And it's just tasty, tasty, tasty treats. So we call this turtle salad. It is incredibly important that turtles get a really good diet. It's one of the reasons why we really urge people not to take turtles out of the wild and keep them. You know, we see the effects of that. It would sort of be like having a kiddo, and the only thing that you would feed them would be, you know, Flintstone vitamins or something like that. Are you going to get that fish? She says, oh, I really want to get it. It's like the slow wind up to attack it. She may also be swallowing. So when we get turtles in that folks have kept for a while and have not fed a variety of diet and have not had the right lights, oh, you're so fierce. They end up with lots of shell issues. Mind you guys, there is an entire salad, and they're going to argue over that one piece of fish because that's what they do. You guys are hoodlums. You're hoodlums. What are you doing? You gonna get it? You're such a good girl. Oh yeah, Clifford always wants to visit. Clifford is a social butterfly. Oh, Lil, where are you going? You want to go here? We're not sure what's going on. Everybody has their own agenda. They got to do what they got to do. Hi, Nevitz and Nashua. Welcome. And we had a little snack, and then that was it. So again, this is Lily. She's an eastern box turtle. You won't see her around this area very much. They are endangered, and we are at the most northern aspect of their range as well. So it makes sense when those two things are sort of against you that you won't see them. And then Miss Big Mama over here is also an eastern box. She's absolutely lovely. Sadly, they were all from the pet trade. So it is one of the biggest things that causes these guys to be on endangered lists. And, oh, Clifford, you've joined us again. You made it all the way around. Hi, Sue and Elliot. What are you doing? You backing up? You looking for food? I think that Ginger has something stuck under there that she wants, but can't figure it out. So again, taking these guys out of the wild is really, really tragic. So it takes them a long time to become sexually mature. They're predated upon very easily. They don't obviously run away very quickly or anything like that. And the other thing that we're seeing, they're just being decimated by our cars and by roads and things like that. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't really understand turtles. They have a better GPS in their head than any cell phone that you'll have. So these guys will go back to their ancestral mating grounds, breeding grounds. If you pick up a turtle and bring it someplace, it would sort of be like me picking you up and dropping you off in, you know, I don't know, Uzbekistan or something, because no problem, there are people there. But it's not really the same habitat, right? And you have to fight for your own house and your job and you don't speak the language and that sort of things. So these guys really need to stay where they are found. And same, oh, we're going for a little apple. Okay, Cliffy, good for you. Eat your veggies and fruit. We do find these guys, unfortunately for them, they're quiet, right? So, I mean, unless we're listening to Clifford eat this apple. Crunch. You have to have like I don't know what that is, SMR, whatever, the thing that makes all the focus on the chewing. I don't know why, but it's funny. So just one of these guys being taken out of the wild will affect populations. And then the other aspect of them is that they live for a very long time. Each of these guys is well over 40 years old, and they have another 40 to 50 years to live. Let's not push Clifford out of the way. That's rude. There you go. Meanwhile, Lily is wandering off in the background. So again, when you buy a turtle or a tortoise or rescue one, you need to remember that you're going to have that animal for longer than your life, pretty much. They will live to be anywhere 50 to 100 years old. If not, then something has been wrong with them genetically or being taken care of. Oh, Zoe, you like this one so far? You know what? Our turtles are so underestimated, and we don't understand a lot about them, but I think it's because we don't sit and watch them. So, we try to catch them or whatever else. But if you're able to just sit and watch a turtle, I kind of envy them and the way that their world works. It's a little slower. It's a little, mellower. When turtles fight, believe it or not, it's a tough fight. But they're also just really sort of zen, mellow guys. So if you look at these guys, yes, Charles, they do live, Chuck, they do live for a century, and if not longer, which is kind of fascinating. And again, you want them, if you're going to have them and have them live with you, you want them to be as happy as they can be and as healthy as they can be. Kristen Brewster, what are the purple flowers? So I went foraging in my yard this morning for the turtles, as well as for Henry, our porcupine, as well as for our baby squirrels. And I took a bunch of black birch and dandelions and plantain. And then I also have these beautiful edible violets that are in my yard. And so I grabbed some of those. Some of the purple might also be borge, which I'm growing in my garden as well. And that's sort of popping up here and there. And the rest of the stuff that's in that salad are, let's see, we have apple, kale, sweet potato, a little bit of squash. Oh, I put some cut up fish in there. What else did that happen, huh? Oh, we're gonna eat some more? Okay, let's see if I can get a good picture of you attacking your salad. Perry, you missed what kind they are. These guys are all box turtles, and they're a variety of box turtles. Big Mama, actually, we have 3 varieties here. Big Mama over here is a eastern box turtle. This is Clifford. Clifford is a 3-toed box turtle, and this is Ginger. Ginger is a ornate box turtle. Oh, Kristen, they do say thanks. They're so funny. Turtle salad is one of my favorite things to make because look at them. I mean, like, my kids love my cooking, but they don't eat it like the turtles eat the turtle salad we make for them. They just enjoy it. I have a video somewhere that I did where I sped it up, and it was hysterical to watch because they look like they're real time, right? But turtles move in this beautiful slow time. Yeah, the dandelions, they do lots of animals like the dandelions. And folks, if you guys have dandelions in your yard, it's okay. It's actually really cool. Bees love it. Other animals love it. We use them for our squirrels and things like that. If you check out our live from this morning, one of the baby squirrels was just devouring a dandelion. Historically, folks make dandelion wine, they make dandelion jelly. Ginger's pushing Clifford aside so that she can get her. Oh, you went for the shrimp? Get it, girl. Yes, delicious. I wish I had a spotlight on you to help them see how wonderful you are. So we're entering our season for turtles. We already had a little bit of a move. Clifford, be nice. Thank you. Where our turtles were moving. But as it warms up again, we're going to see them moving again. They were moving out of their hibernation spots and into their breeding spots or their laying spots. It's a little too early for them to be laying right now, but they should be laying at some point. And so what you'll find, unfortunately, when we build our roads, we use really nice sandy fill. And what that is a really great thing for turtles to lay their eggs in. So where we are, you will find snapping turtles on the side of the road laying eggs. And it's awful. Zoe, your pet rabbit loves to eat dandelion greens. Awesome. Perfect thing to do with them. Keeps you healthy, keeps all the animals healthy, keeps your environment healthy and all that. Let me see if I can switch this again. I apologize again. I'm in the back. Oh, there we go. Hi, friends. It's like we're sitting at the table with you. How's it going? I'm glad you could all come to this meeting. You're so good looking. So as these turtles are moving, lots of times people will want to help them, and we love that. If you are safe to stop and help these turtles cross, we would urge you to do so safely, wearing gloves, picking them up and putting them on the other side of the road where they are headed to, not the other way around, or even replacing, their habitat. Again, you wouldn't want someone to pick you up and drop you off in some other place in the world. Well, I mean, maybe you would, but it could be a challenge. And these guys will spend their entire time trying to get back again. Do you guys see yourselves in there? That's been a really fun thing that we've been discovering on our Facebook Lives. They do see their reflection or their image, I think, which is kind of amazing, because lots of times people don't think that turtles are very smart, but they really are. So Clifford is admiring himself. Let's see. Chrysalin, do they get this much food every day? No, they do not. This was definitely a salad made for TV, and made for their adventures here. It was a salad day, so they definitely get a salad. This would last them probably 3 days, but it would be taken out, put in the fridge, and then brought. You're leaving again, Cliff? Okay. Gingy, am I interfering with your eating? Sorry. I'll move over here. How's that? Better? Not in your face? So we definitely monitor them, what they eat. Sometimes they eat a little bit more. Sometimes they eat a little bit less. They're also junk food junkies, so they will go through this salad and pick what they want, which is why I mix everything in together. Okay, we're all moving again. Let me swap this around. There we go. Cliff, where are you going? So that we're able to get, accidentally, when they're eating their fish or whatever else, they will get a little bit of green in there, or they'll get a little bit of dandelion in there. Oh, Lily, you're coming back. Hi. It's like a preschool class in here. Come here for a second, friend. There we go. So I am actually going to use these guys to show you why they're called box turtles. Let's see. I know, Brendan, Clifford. Here, you got a little smudge on your face, but we're going to show everybody why you're a box turtle, okay? So this is Clifford. Hold on, let me get that off his face. Let me get the smudge. I know. Let's see. So here's Clifford. And Clifford is a beautiful 3-toed box turtle. Cliff, I'm going to show your 3 toes. Ready? There's the 3 toes. Absolutely gorgeous. Aren't you so handsome? You can tell that Clifford is a male because of those beautiful red eyes. Also just because he's just so good looking. Aren't you? Are you so good looking? So good. And then you can tell that he's a box turtle because of this hinge right here. So Clifford is very, very social and will not go inside of his shell. But the neat thing about box turtles, you can see that beautiful big dome shape, is that box turtles can completely seal themselves up inside their shell. Lily, you're leaving again? You're like on laps today. That's wonderful. And thank you all so much who have donated. That's so, so helpful. Tiffany, and I'm trying to go through again and find who else donated just to say thank you so much. It is a huge help to us that you all are donating, and it makes a big difference for everybody here. They really, between foods and electricity and everything like that, we're just trying to make sure that we can keep our doors open and keep everything going. So we really, really appreciate the donations. Zoe, he is very handsome, and he's leaving. And Gingy's still... Oh, what were you getting, Ginge? You got a little dandelion on your cheeks? Oh, Cliff is going. He's dragging his plastron. So if we look at Ginger here, this part of their shell is called a carapace. You can remember that because carapace starts with C and sealing starts with C, so it's on the top. The bottom of their shell is called a plastron. Ginger showing her hunting technique. And they are attached by a bridge here. I don't know if anyone's ever watched, what's that show? Franklin the Turtle, I think was it. It was a kid's cartoon in the 80s, 90s. And Franklin would take off his shell. And that's not a real thing. They can't do that. So if I do this, let me show you on the back, just because Ginger shows it so wonderfully. Hi, Sam. I miss seeing you. Perry, usually in our 3-toed box turtles, they have brown eyes. The females do, which is but that's not to say that that works every single time, because when you have a Clifford's leaving. When you have a captive turtle, remember that you're controlling their diet, and so that can affect the coloration of their eyes and things like that. So it's in a wild turtle, it's one thing, but it's not a tried and true method in captivity, is what I have heard and read. So if you, oh, good girl, Gingy, if you take and see this line right down the back of Ginger, there's actually, oops, sorry, I'm holding that sideways again. Look at, go Cliffy, go, go Cliffy, go. He's moving. Her spine is actually right underneath there on the shell. And I neglected to get a shell today. I apologize for that. But there is a spine underneath the shell right here. And this shell is actually made of keratin, the top, the scutes, these things right here. And they will actually shed, which is kind of neat. And that shows that they're really healthy. I know it is ornate, isn't it beautiful? It's where you understand the tortoise shell. So if everyone likes the tortoise shell pattern, well, there you go. That's where they get it, because it's tortoise's shell. I remember that was a mind bender when I figured that out, because I like tortoise shell, but I like our tortoises to keep their shell as well. So Gingy here is showing us that these scutes that can come off are absolutely stunning. You know, they shed off like our hair sheds or our skin sheds. So occasionally these will start to slough off, and that means that they're, you know, healthy, happy. They have the right light and everything like that. Gingy, are you watching everybody over here? You see Lily? Lily might be coming back, but she was exploring. Best laid plans, guys. I had this all set up. Hi, Christine from Exeter. And it's gone haywire, but that's okay. Let me see if I can actually get Gingy's face in here. Hi, Ginge. Oh, did you see yourself? Yeah, okay, that's okay. I'll flip it around. It's all right. And then again, we have Big Mama. Big Mama is our little mellow lady. And again, she may actually help me show a little bit more about the box turtles, because she is a little bit of a shyer lady. Hi, love. Here we go. So you can see, and she may actually let me show a little bit more. You can see that she can tuck her feet all the way in. Can we tuck? There you go. That's okay. We'll leave it just like that, okay? And so what happens is, remember that hinge on the bottom of the shell, she can seal this part up and completely enclose her legs and her head, whereas our aquatic turtles, or the turtles that live in the water, can't do that. So their method of trying to get away is to swim to the bottom of the pond, right, and to get away. So our go, Ginger, go. Got to work off those calories. And Lily's back for a snack. Hi, Lil. You pretty girl. Hi, Lil. Christine, they do not have teeth. They have a mouth that you call a beak. And you can see why you call it a beak. It's very much like a bird's beak. Oh, Lily, you're very rarely up for a close-up. That's exciting. Oh, okay, we're leaving. That's okay. You guys, everyone's just, it's good to explore. I like it. Good job. So when they find something that they want to eat, for instance, you know, fish or carrion or leftover food or anything, what you'll find is that they'll take their foot and they'll reach up and kind of tear it apart. They also tear it with each other. So like, for instance, if I had a big chunk of protein or meat or fish or something in here, more than likely these guys would be playing tug of war with it, just because that's what they do. Let's see, Big Mama, can I get you in there? So Big Mama is absolutely stunning. Oh, I was still talking about the shell. Sorry, I get really sidetracked when I'm with them. They're just so exciting to look at. And actually, Big Mama is a really good example of what we can look at here. So just like trees have rings, the turtle scutes actually have rings as well. And if you're really good at it and have a scope or whatever else that you need, you can go and count them. And you can tell how old they are. And so Big Mama is an old lady. She's a wise old sage. And you can see that those scutes are like beautiful. Yes, Perry, exactly. They're just like the growth rings, or they are growth rings. So you'll find in turtles that are not in a good setup and don't have a the right lights or things like that. These shells, these scutes actually get stuck on, and so they'll actually almost look like spikes. They're just not, they're not in the right environment, so they're unable to they're unable to shed them. I would imagine that that's incredibly painful. And it's really, really tricky. They can feel you when you're touching their shell. A lot of times people don't think that they can, or that reptiles don't have feelings. They very much have feeling. She can definitely feel that I'm touching her right now. Occasionally we do toothbrush and do like a little scrub, and they really, really like that. The other thing that's important to remember, and a way for us to develop empathy for them, is that if you touch this shell, it's the same as me touching your fingernail. So if you have you can't do it to yourself, but if you have someone else touch your fingernail, then you'll feel it. And so same thing for these guys. Underneath these scutes that are made of keratin, there's bony plates underneath a bone. And so just, if these guys ever get hit and the shell is broken, we're able to sometimes put that shell back together and it will heal from the inside out, which is really fascinating. Chuck, no, they do not live in water. These guys are our terrestrial turtles. Oh, Gingy's on the way back. Hi, Gingy. What's going on? Clifford, you're not going to fit underneath that. Okay, but you're still not going to fit under it. That's okay. These guys do not live in water. They need water. They like having water that they can get into to drink and soak and do all of those things. But they do not live in water. And even our aquatic turtles, like our painted turtles and spotted turtles and things like that. Let me see if I can find Mr. Percy. I think he's out of the water. Or maybe he's not. They need to be able to haul out of the water and completely dry off to remain healthy. Otherwise, they get what's called shell rot. Hi, Lil. Are we all coming back for breakfast now, friends? We took a walk. Clifford. Clifford's that guy. He's always causing trouble, aren't you? That's okay. What do you think? You're so funny. Good morning, Beth. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Ryan. Sorry, flip that around. I was reading directions. So yeah, these guys are incredible and they're super amazing to watch. They hold the amount of intelligence and things that they hold in their brains are just stunning. They go back to their ancestral breeding grounds. Like I said, they're just lovely animals. They're really rather complex. Their systems, their organs are actually in very similar places as ours, our stomach, heart, lungs, that sort of thing. So we actually have quite a bit more in common with them than you would think. So we try to tell kiddos, turtles are really neat. They're really fun to watch. If you find them, enjoy them, watch them. You don't have to pick them up. You don't have to touch them. You don't have to take them home. None of those things. You can just watch what they're doing in their environment. And if you take the time to just sit and watch and let them do their thing, you'll sort of get treated with sort of the inside view of what turtles do. And they're really rather fantastic. Brendan, what is Ginger's favorite food? I think Ginger really likes earthworms. I was going to put earthworms in here, but we have woodcock babies right now, and they eat a ton of earthworms. So these guys can eat other things like fish and what else did I put in here? Little shrimp, little proteins like that. So I'm saving the earthworms for the woodcocks just because they eat so many of them. But I might go out and dig you an earthworm. You want an earthworm, Ginge? Oh, someone got excited. Scott, how old is Ginger? Ginger's got to be in her 40s at least. So they've been with us since the beginning of the center, so 1986. These guys can live into their 50s, 60s, 70s, even 100 years old, if not more. Most people who are conscientious and loving turtle owners have in their will a plan for their turtles because these guys, they will outlive most of their owners. They're unfortunately very disposable pet. A lot of people think, oh, there's turtles here, we can just let them go. And you can't do that. It's not fair to the turtle, and it's not fair to the environment that you're releasing that turtle in. They're just lovely. And then there's Big Mama, who you just hang out. You're so funny. I think Big Mama is way more active in the afternoon, and sometimes in the evening. She's also, I think, an older lady, so we like to just let her do her thing. Lily, I told you, you're not going to fit under there, hon. You already tried that. That's okay. But you can see, let me see if I can get up close. Just this beautiful, I mean, like a little dinosaur. You know, those beautiful claws they use to dig, and the beautiful scales and skin. And again, this shell is just stunning. And a lot of times people don't, they really underestimate our turtles. So they don't think that they're intelligent or anything like that. Wood turtles especially are phenomenally smart. And, let me get that for you, Cliff. There you go. And you can actually train them to do mazes, like people train their pet rats to do mazes. So the wood turtles are so smart that they'll figure out how to do that too. Let's see. Perry, need to plan for turtles and birds. And yeah, cats plan. Absolutely. I think, anytime you have a pet, you have to think of, we don't want to think about our demise, but eventually everything dies. So we want to make sure that everyone is cared for and has a good place to go to. Let's see. I've heard that they return to the same site in which they were born. Absolutely, Scott. They return back to their ancestral breeding ground. They have a better GPS in their skulls than we have on our phones. They know where they're going. They know what they're doing. If you take a turtle home, it will constantly spend its time trying to get back to where it came from. And that's sad. We had a spotted turtle for a long time named Bud. And he came from Pennsylvania. Someone had illegally taken him and kept him as a pet. And unfortunately, because they couldn't tell us exactly where he came from or anything like that, and they had tried to sell him at a pet store, that he had to live out his life in captivity. And that's frustrating. These guys move, quite a bit. So these guys were all pets. We are full. We do not take in any more box turtles or painted turtles or anything that need to be homed. We are lucky enough to have an incredible group called Herp Haven here in Maine that is a phenomenal reptile rescue and resource for folks. So if you're interested in learning more about turtles or that sort of thing, you can definitely check out Herp Haven. And they certainly enjoy educating. They do a wonderful, wonderful job educating, and your support to them would be absolutely wonderful. Jewett Construction, hi guys, welcome. Jewett is helping us complete our new facility, and we are rather fond of them as humans and individuals as well as a company. So welcome, guys. It's so nice to have you here. Ooh, Nevitz, do turtles have a hierarchy? I think so. Like a pecking order, if you will. It's difficult to tell because we have our pecking order as far as like who gets to eat what, but it depends upon the mood that they're in. So like, for instance, Big Mama is being very mellow right now. But again, if I had put blueberries in that salad, she would not be being mellow because she really likes, what are you doing? You sniffing that? You're a funny Clifford. She really likes her blueberries. So she'll go and sit in the middle of it and eat all the blueberries she wants and then let them go after that. But they're very territorial. Usually you'll have problems with males. If you put two males into an enclosure, they can have pretty bad fights. Those beaks, they can bite pretty hard. And so they definitely do have a pecking order, if you will, or a social hierarchy, as you said. All right, guys, what are you doing? Everyone's just on an adventure. I set this blanket up for you. Nobody stayed. Ginger's pooped on the blanket. Everything's just, it's a Friday. Good golly. What are you doing there, Ginger? You coming back over? I love the way they walk. What are you doing? And we'll actually take these guys for walks as well into other enclosures just to let them stretch their legs and get going. We don't like to let them go outside for a walk because, believe it or not, they can haul right around. Are you stretching? Are you going to poop again? Maybe. Turtles poop an awful lot, guys. Fun fact. Here comes Lily. Lily says, Ginger, what are you doing? You going to go say hi? Oh, we're all checking each other out. Oh, and here comes Cliffy walking through the salad because that's who Cliffy is. What's going on, guys? Oh, you're so good. What do you think, Ginge? So it's funny, the way that I'm holding my phone, Ginger can't see herself right now. Brendan, you have to go. Oh, look at birds from a tree. I love it. Enjoy, Brendan. You have a great time. I actually have to get going pretty soon, too, because I have to get on and answer some emails and make sure that I'm able to answer phones, because our phones will be turning on in just a minute. What are you thinking, Lil? Oh, yeah, we're definitely... What's going on there? A little interaction. Are you going to try and eat the dandelion on her face? It's not like there's a whole salad over here, Lil. I know, Gingy. Siblings, right? You silly girl. All right, everyone. We are going to take this turtle salad on the road and bring it back to their enclosure. But thank you very much for joining us for turtle time. Let's see. Do they brumate? Oh, if they kept indoors. Crystalline, excellent question. These guys don't. We could set them up in a system, that we could put them into so that they would brumate. But they're used during the wintertime as well as the fall for programming and things like that. So we generally don't do that. They're usually out and about. What are you doing? You trying to dig at that? You silly girl. Where you going? Lil. So where their enclosures are, they have a bunch of wood chips and things like that. So they're able to bury and hang out. Right? Oh, Lily. Oh, I know. I moved my hand. I apologize. I'm sorry. There we go. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining us for our turtle time this morning. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And for more information about the center, you can check us out at www.thecenterforwildlife.org. Bye.